his relationship with Norma. He denies any problems. Daniel said that he wanted to go back with a former girlfriend, and so they were going their separate ways, but they were still able to be somewhat friends, and he would stop by on occasion.
Alright, chat. Something's right.
Detectives confront him about the heated argument
Something right.
Almost a year earlier.
There we go.
Learned that he had other relationships, and he was a problem.
Yep, so absolutely I'm playing Roblox.
She still had feelings for Ed. Had Norma attempted to restart their relationship, but instead wound up in a fight that spiraled out of control.
During the interview, Daniel told us that he saw Norma but didn't have an argument.
Detectives asked Daniel
If you are joining, please donate.
He stated that he was
Okay, chat.
with other family members watching TV, and then he went to bed. We talked with other family members, and that alibis cooperated.
Oh my god, chat. Very sunny today. So I don't know if you can see or not, but I am joining server.
With no evidence connecting the ex-lover, police let him go. It's another disappointing dead end.
After a couple of weeks of going through this, talking to countless potential witnesses, countless potential suspects, neighborhood canvasses, interviews with co-workers, polygraph examinations, he was frustrating as hell.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's loud, that's loud. Okay, I'm in, guys. So, yeah, there's not much to do. And there's just...
Every place we went in the community, they would ask us what was going on. That it was a land pressure. Then, a surprising development. Norma contacts police with information about Beatrice, Norma's coworker and friend. It turned out that Beatrice was having an affair, and she was using Norma's house as a location for use of sexual liaisons. Norma knew about it, and in fact condoned it with a copy of her house. But why hadn't Beatrice disclosed this detail to police earlier?
We confronted Beatrice with this information. Initially, huge wave of embarrassment. But she laid it out on the line. She told us, the when and how many times.
Detectives questioned whether the secret rendezvous led to Norma's murder.
Now we've got other people who had, either continued access to the house. Previously, there were other perpetrators here. Now they moved right to the center of it.
One person detectives immediately turned to is Beatrice's husband, who also knew Norma. Had he gone after Norma for helping his wife
Chat.
have a secret affair?
Oh,
Now,
where's the button?
Beatrice's husband, he's potentially the suspect. We have to find out if he has an alibi, if we can corroborate that.
There you go.
He apparently didn't know his wife was having an extramarital affair in Norma's house.
That was not the most comfortable thing to do from an investigator's standpoint, but it still had to be done. And, the guy was fresh. He was absolutely fresh.
Detectives questioned Beatrice's husband about his whereabouts on the night of Norma's murder.
He told us that he had been at work late that evening. We talked to a lot of his coworkers. Everything about this man was genuine.
6 months into the investigation of the murder of Norma Rodriguez, detectives worry the trail has gone cold.
We're no closer to narrowing it down than we were on day one.
You feel like things that, wow, this is going to be great. It's gonna be
Boom.
good.
Camera
like exploded with 1,000 volts. It was just nuts.
I remember receiving a phone call and it was like winning the lottery. It's been 10 years since 32-year-old Norma Rodriguez was found in her home, strangled and wrapped in duct tape. The cases remained unsolved, with all leads turning out to be dead ends.
Seems like you're scrolling for a while.
Advancements in DNA technology, evidence collected a decade ago, has finally yielded results. At the time of the autopsy, Rodriguez brought a number of samples of her
Do you
hair
like
samples, blood
Something
samples,
special?
and fingernail clippings. To find out, did we have a match on the DNA? It comes back to work. Warren, Norma's friend and former coworker, who had previously passed a polygraph and had an alibi for the night of the murder. At the time of the investigation, Warren had submitted his DNA and was cooperative. Remember when we dealt with he's making the coolest customer of the bunch? It just blows you away. Investigators started putting the pieces together about Warren Mackey. It turns out that he was a true associate. They can get past all of the facts. So now I'm thinking, all this time, were we dealing with a true sociopath? And, couldn't see it.
what the?
We just
What is he doing?
we started
We got an hour and 30 minutes.
doing what we needed to do. Detectives start building a case based on forensics. They evaluated DNA that we had gotten off of Norma's body, and we found Warren's DNA under Norma's fingernails. The DNA evidence is a major breakthrough, but to build an airtight case, they want more.
The single biggest piece of physical evidence we had at the time was the duct tape. So it got sent off and it got tested.
The DNA that was obtained within the multiple layers of the duct tape returned to Warren Mackey.
The odds of the DNA match being from someone else besides Warren Mackey was 1 in 810 billion. So we felt pretty confident that this is because investigators pieced together the evidence that led up to Norma's murder.
I think this was the classic case of the jilted suitor. And my guess is that he just got a flat-out rejection. He built up his expectations to a point where he couldn't take the fall.
Investigators believe in the early hours of May 31st, Warren Mackey entered Norma's home using keys he had stolen from her purse at the barbecue the day before. According to Norma's son Andrew of the house's bar, many times she would fall asleep watching TV. Maybe she fell asleep on the couch. She had no idea what was about to happen. Detectives believe that's when Warren strangled Norma. In his mind, she needed to die because she shouldn't have rejected him. Then Warren wrapped her head in duct tape.
Trying to depersonalize the scene and cover her face so that
Yeah, I'm not.
He ripped that duct tape, handling both ends of the duct tape
Yeah, I'm not dumb.
around her face, and left. Police also believe Norma's 4-year-old son, Austin, was in the next room
I'm
without
not.
realizing his mother had been murdered. Austin didn't process because he was a very small child. And he was too young to process what had happened.
Look at him.
And also, after Warren kills Norma, he returns to his place in nearby Austin as a
Yeah, I'm not stupid.
I believe that Warren Mackey was the type of person who felt that life had been nobody. I think this was one sick individual who had no value or life. He had no right to do what he did. On August 28, 2003, Ventura County
I'm
investigators
streaming.
arrested Warren Mackey for the first-degree murder of Norma Rodriguez. Warren pleads not guilty.
over the subsequent 10 years, Warren had settled down. Married, had a job, was living a very stable even have any remorse? That is not human. I can't imagine what is in the person's head to even hurt another human in that way.
Then, on January 10th, 2005, as investigators prepare for trial, the DA receives an unexpected call. Warren Mackey has changed his plea to guilty.
Warren Mackey is an unexpected killer because people didn't see that envy, that selfishness, that narcissistic quality that would cause him to end someone else's life. People just didn't see him that way. If he was that way, and he is that way.
On March 28th, 2005, Warren Mackey
Now you
is
1 to 10.
10 years to life for the murder of Norma Rodriguez. Oh, it was such a revelation.
At the end of the day, we achieved closure for
She
the
mentioned
family,
this before.
but there's never going to be complete closure.
The devastating loss of the vibrant
Bet.
will forever be felt by her loved ones.
I think about Norma a lot. Everything right. Ready to get away from her. It still hurts from yesterday. I miss her.
Not bad.
Does not heal. We just put it in the back burner. We have to live for Norma, and we have to go forward.
The only thing they do
Bro
is,
fumbled.
I think, is business.
I wonder.
Oh my god, of course I died. Everybody in the city screaming.
He's ruthlessly killed.
How are you?
It would have taken somebody very, very smart to have done that kind of damage.
Leaving a family devastated.
You just can't fathom it. You can't comprehend it.
Police uncover a deadly obsession.
She was stalked by this guy. He had become violent. He was a heavy drug user.
To expose a killer closer than expected.
How is that possible? Someone that Dana was trying to help? There had to be a huge betrayal.
Every time they looked at an obvious suspect, that person had an alibi. What I was told completely changed everything. That was quite shocking. It was all a bunch of lies.
Puyallup, Washington. A charming and peaceful town at the foot of Mount Rainier.
The city of Puyallup is about 30 miles south of Seattle, 6 miles east of Tacoma. It's just a nice little town. It's a community with a lot of families, parks.
Has a small town feel to it. There's a lot of small businesses. The downtown area is easily walkable. It's a terrific little community.
The tranquility is shattered in August 2001 when police get a call from
Tempting to drop the loan.
reach their nanny, Dana Laskowski, even after several attempts to contact her.
We got a call from Dana's employers that she had to report. Employers assured us this very unusual thing.
Like, what if I
Officers
come
sent
up?
to Dana's home to investigate and arrived at 11 a.m.
Like, what if I come over here?
After she was expected to arrive for work.
The officer arrived. We opened the back door. The back door ajar. We walked in the back door, walked through the kitchen, entered the house, and found an adult female who was deceased on the couch.
Working off a general description, the officer identifies the victim as Dana Laskowski.
Very tempting.
When we found her on the couch, we see a position of 5, and that's unusual. Her one arm is underneath her hip, her other arm is behind the back. She's twisted so that her waist is at an awkward angle. The awkward twist of her body is something that we don't normally see in a natural death scene. It just has a sense that it's a murder. We saw abrasions to the neck, and there was a small pool of blood at her mouth. We did see abrasions on her elbows and knees.
The investigator's suspicions are confirmed. Dina was murdered.
Like was a strangulation that occurred on the couch, and then the
No,
offender
I'm not
simply
Oh my
left her
god,
in
you
the
told me
position
about
of
something
the
wrong around it?
Forensic technicians searched the living room for evidence.
Primarily, the items that we collected were either hair or fibers,
That day I
and
saw that
then
one.
extensively
have
processed
already.
for fingerprints. When we were processing the carpet, we discovered blood trail or spatter of some sort.
The locations of those were believed to be consistent with the struggle.
Investigators continue their work throughout the rest of the home.
It looked to me like the house had been ransacked. It had a feel that it had been searched where someone was looking for something. We discovered a basement window that had appeared to have been recently broken, and it was possibly a point of entry.
One of the first things we're going to wonder is, was the victim murdered by a burglar who broke into her house during the night? Or was the murderer somebody that she had invited over the house?
As they wrap up their work at the scene, detectives contact Dina's family to deliver the tragic news.
My son phoned me, and I said, yeah, he said, Dina's dead. That was it. I was pretty much in shock, and I said, tell me one more time, say what you said. I didn't want to believe it. You can't imagine that, because, you know, there was no reason.
I would give 3 back.
Born in 1965, Dina's childhood was filled with joy.
She was the happiest kid in the world. She just, it was so easy. She just loved life.
Dina was also creative, a special bond she shared with her father, Bill, an award-winning artist.
She was always making things. She was artistic, like me, and was interested in what I did and wanted to help. So we were close.
Just being around her, you felt her energy. You felt her enthusiasm and her zest for living people.
As she grew older, Dina developed a nurturing spirit.
Stream, you getting bored. Stream.
In 1989, Dina met Sam and fell in love. The couple married quickly, but from the start, there were complications.
She's having trouble getting pregnant.
In 1993, after years of fertility treatments, Dina's wish of starting a family finally came true.
She was so excited when she got her. She was pregnant, because that's what she did. It was a pretty exciting time.
Dina's delight only grew when she discovered they were having triplets.
She loved the kids, because then she could bake, she could make things, she loved it. She really did.
But by 2000, after 11 years of marriage, the stress of parenting took its toll on the relationship.
Dana told me that she had moved and that they were separated.
As a single mom, Dina worked hard to provide a good home for her triplets. Dina cared deeply about family, especially for her troubled 17-year-old niece, Amanda, with whom she was very close.
Dana would do anything.
I wish I had 1 cake.
Dana was a very kind, caring person who loved her family. And it was a beautiful thing. So Dana wanted to try to be a person who away from drugs, away from the lifestyle.
Amanda had a rough relationship with her parents, so would often turn to her favorite man.
Rob gives you an AK next time.
And that you can go and actually tell the truth. No judgment, just how.
Dana soon became a surrogate mom to Amanda, and her best friend, Emily Bell.
Showers, a warm place to stay, money. Dana would open her heart and her home to help in any way she could.
She was a mentor and also a friend.
Trying to get some K.
Open door policy and would always welcome Amanda's friends to her home.
She was very comfortable at her age, being amongst teenagers and over her peers.
Just everyone loved her.
But now, all that is left is loss and unanswered questions.
For us to lose Dana was so hard.
Losing a child is the worst thing that can ever happen. She should have died before.
Who would want this loving and generous spirit dead? And why?
This murder was very unusual. Right from the start, he had a lot of things that needed to be done in order to find the killer.
Back at the station, detectives start reaching out to those closest to Dana. They begin with her ex-husband, Sam, who they learn has the truth at stake.
As the ex-husband, Sam, is a person of interest, and the first person we needed to look at. We couldn't find him. The fact that he was missing, this is significant to us. We have to find him.
Coming up, investigators uncover a dark obsession.
He had kind of gotten fixated on her, and he didn't really take no for an answer.
And alarming secrets.
In the journal, it said 10 things I want to do before I die, and one of those 10 things was kill somebody and get away with
That point to a killer no one would ever suspect.
I thought that he was telling me
You just can't comprehend that it's real.
And the truth is finally revealed.
that's about as close to a confession as you can get.
Police investigating the murder of mother of three, Dana Leskowski,
Oh my
are
gosh.
trying to track down
Oh
her
my
estranged
gosh,
husband, Sam,
Sam.
when suddenly they receive a surprise call.
Sam actually reached out to the police to try to find out what had happened. Sam, it turned out he had taken his kids camping and away from his phone and away from contact. And so when he got back to civilization, he had all these messages that Dana was murdering. So we went up to interview Sam, Dana's ex. And so when we confirmed that Dana was murdered, Sam was upset. He would respond to all of our questions, but he's just not the kind of person that elaborates. As we were talking to Sam, we noticed he did have some abrasions on his knees, and that's unusual. I asked him about that. He said they were from playing baseball. It was baseball season.
Detectives press Sam about his feelings toward Dana.
When asked about his relationship with Dana, Sam described it as they were estranged, but they co-parented their kids, and they had arguments, but overall, they tried to make it work.
Sam,
Can we get this guy?
Dana just grew apart.
When she moved away, she was so excited. I think it made her feel good about knowing that she could be independent, and I think that was important for her to be able to do that on her own.
We just felt that
We gotta jump this dude. We gotta jump this
for
dude.
having relocated 3 hours away and had split the family in the hopes of having a family and marriage to dashed his shore.
Wait,
Was that enough
you have follow blocking
to
motion.
send over the edge and harm Dana?
Based on the information that we had about her ending her time,
You have fallen blocks in emotion, right?
becoming estranged, we thought Sam had possibly.
You still have fallen blocks in emotion, right?
Has to do with custody, and they got into a fight. The fight resulted
Me,
in
I
Sam.
Police ask Sam where he was the night of Dana's murder.
Sam said that he had left his kids at his home and he went and got gas. He showed us a receipt for that gas. He said the next day he went camping with the triplets.
Detectives believe Dana was killed sometime between midnight and 7 a.m., but Sam did not corroborate where he was at that particular time.
It wasn't an iron alibi. He didn't have 3 adults who would be able to say he was with us all night. They were kids. They were sleeping. It was not impossible for Sam to have left the kids and gone back to Dana's house. And we looked at the possibility that he filled up his gas tank, drove to Toronto, killed Dana, and then
I'm very
drove back
much
to
like
Dana's at the home.
Investigators press Sam further.
Sam denied killing Dana. When we approached Sam for his fingerprints and his DNA, he was not necessarily agreeable or cooperative, or didn't like the idea that he was a potential suspect. He certainly didn't like the idea that we thought that he might be responsible for murder.
Sam didn't really want to cooperate with requests for DNA and hair samples.
Sam's behavior may be suspicious, but police have no concrete evidence to tie him to the murder.
You can't charge someone with a crime just because their alibi is ironclad. You can't charge them with a crime because they can't prove they were someplace else. You have to prove that they committed that crime. There has to be evidence at the scene that connects the person to the crime. And so in this particular case, they didn't have that with Sam.
While police seek hard evidence against Sam, Dana's autopsy results come in.
The results were that she had died of strangulation.
The cause of death was a fracture of the cricoid cartilage in her throat.
There was a great deal of damage to her throat, her windpipe, and it would have taken somebody very, very strong to have done that kind of damage.
We were going to be looking
I like
for an
that
offender
Sam.
who had upper body strength and lower body range, because the fracture of the cricoid cartilage takes a great deal of strength. And the strangulation itself takes a very committed attack. The victim generally fights back, and then the attacker has to go down on the strangulation while the victim is struggling back.
Just to think that Dana struggled and fought for her life. It's just wrong.
I love last breath Sam's face.
Looking for new leads, detectives turn to Dana's niece.
Police contacted Amanda, and she was a relative, somebody who knew the victim. And what Amanda said was that Dana was the kind of person when she would go over and do laundry. That was who she was, and that's how she helped out Amanda when she didn't know what had happened. Who wants murder, right?
Detectives also speak to the couple who employed Dana as a nanny. When asked if they knew of anyone who might want to harm Dana, their answer is chilling.
All right.
Dana's employers told us that Dana was being stalked by this guy. Her employers told us that Dana had said that if anything happened to her, she'd be the one. And that was significant to us because I'm looking for a killer.
You know what this guy had? He had Hashimoto.
Police investigating the strangling of Dana Laskowski have been told that she was being harassed by a stalker. Could he be her killer?
Dana's employers told us that Dana was afraid of this Patrick. Patrick was a guy that installed cable in Dana's area. He liked her.
Dana had told her sister-in-law and her employer he had kind of gotten fixated on her. Dana, by accounts, let him know that she wasn't interested.
Then, the messages took a disturbing turn.
Dana's friends told the investigators he left her a note letting her know that he had been observing her and seen her doing things inside her home that he wouldn't know unless he was observing her.
Dana mentioned that she was concerned about someone possibly watching her
The thing that really concerned Dana was that it appeared that he had her under surveillance. Dana had actually told a couple of people that if I ever turn up dead, Patrick did it.
Investigators checked Dana's phone records, searching for any clues.
The phone records indicated that Patrick had phoned Dana repeatedly.
It wasn't just some guy who, sent her a couple extra texts and then disappeared. This was somebody who was going beyond that, doing stalking type things that would be concerning in any context.
When investigators look into Patrick further, they make an alarming discovery.
Patrick was driving a white van. It was a ladder truck. We had neighbors that had identified a white van in the area around Dana's residence prior to it being murdered.
His work van had been seen in the alley behind the house. It was a white van, so it matched the description that the neighbors had mentioned.
Pretty much demanded that we look at him as a very real suspect in killing Dana.
Did Patrick's obsession with Dana turn deadly?
We immediately got a search warrant for his DNA, for his locker, for his vehicle.
On September 2nd, detectives find Patrick at his home address.
We served the search warrant on him. He was very belligerent, very uncooperative with us during the service of that search warrant.
Didn't want to answer questions. He didn't want to let them in the house. He did the kind of things that you might expect somebody to do if they had in fact been stalking someone and had gotten caught doing that.
Investigators bring Patrick down to the station where they tell him Dana has been murdered.
His demeanor changed 180 degrees from being belligerent, confrontational, to Dana is dead. He says, I'm sorry, I didn't know that. I didn't kill her. Here, please take my DNA, search everything. I'm not the one who killed her.
Detectives asked Patrick where he was the night Dana was murdered.
Patrick said that he was at work that
Your
evening.
hands.
He hung out with some friends and went to bed.
Once given the information for his alibi, investigators looked into it and they were actually able to verify it. He had an alibi and could not have committed the murder.
We also ruled out Patrick's ladder truck with the van the neighbors told us that they saw drive around Dana's residence. There was nothing in the service of the search warrant or in our investigation that indicated that Patrick was being truthful about this.
Given what he had done and the ways in which he had scared Dana prior to that, he's very lucky that his alibi could be confirmed.
Having cleared Patrick, investigators now focus on another man in Dana's life, Michael, who they learned was having a long-distance relationship with her.
Michael lived up in Canada, worked in the film industry. Dana met him when she was up in Canada visiting one of her friends.
And they hit it off. And so they
I
started to
forgot my
date,
shoes.
but he stayed in Vancouver and she was down in Puyallup. And that's a several-hour drive from Puyallup to Canada.
Hey,
He said Michael would party to the level like a teenager.